A very big part of chess is calculation, and if you struggle with calculation and tactics and difficult middle games, you will get smoked. So let me teach you how I do the opening. I'll do an opening analysis, then we will go to a middle game. It will be a very tactical middle game. I will be losing, I will be winning. If you want to see how it ends, you will have to watch until the end. And then there will not be much of an end game because it will be decided in the middle game, and a opening analysis will show you what I did good, what I did wrong, what there is to learn. Let's get into it. To be fair, I don't know what the line is after knight moves, but I mean, sure. Check feels correct, but he can just trade. So probably pushing is the line. Yeah, this feels nice. Forcing the knight back. And now I can't really reinforce like this. So let's reinforce like this, like this. I didn't think about check at all, but I can just block and that should be fine. And I think just my knight can go here. Bishop will find a way. I'm a bit unsure where I will castle, but we will figure things out. Probably my opponent has a hard time as well. So bishop here is the most logical move because that's the only thing you can really do in this position. Your bishop is the most flexible piece other than the knight. You're for sure to play these two moves. I have no clue what else you would want. Maybe c4 to enable some more movement. But after c4, take. Why would you allow me to have an open b file and two central pawns against one and a target? That's a free pawn, I forgot. So he has two very normal, flexible moves. I have no clue what's taking this long. Um, Bishop here developed the knight. If you give me a check, I can just do this and you have to go back. Why would you allow me to do so? Maybe taking the bishop pair, but the situation is quite closed. So if I take the bishop pair, I could just blow open the center, to be fair. Um, that might be a good move. I'm not sure. But I mean, he only has two moves that actually make sense. I have no clue what he is thinking about. Maybe this is met with queen to g4. Maybe that is an issue. Is it? He's just okay. So what if he plays this? Do I want to maintain this, to have that? I don't think so. So let's just develop a piece and don't really think about it too much. Um, yeah, developing the knight is the only sensible thing to do. Um, so probably I will have to play for this, which means that my knight is a bit in the way, but that is a bit whatever. So I should develop either my queen or my bishop, but I think my bishop. I think the chance that I castle kingside and play for f5 is quite big. And just open up my rook, try to open up this bishop, try to open up that bishop. I did put the pawn in the way, but maybe I sack it. Maybe I move this knight. I didn't think about this at all, but it's fine. Um, it's close, but it's fine. So yeah, difficult position. So for the opening, not really the best opening out of me, but we go for a particular gambit. Let's close that. We go for a particular gambit. You see this, and now he plays his knight to f6, and Here, I just thought to transpose into the line of takes, knight out, queen to e2. My opponent has other plans, so he put out his knight first, and here I should have played e5 and kick the knight again, develop the pieces, and yes, my bishop is just staring into a pawn's back. Um, my other bishop is very strong. My center is very strong. My knights will be disgusting. Um, this is looking very good actually for uh whites. Apparently, just queen out is already dead winning. Apparently, um, I mean, what do you do with black if you develop all take? So you practically have to castle or put your bishop back. If you castle, I mean, there is an avalanche brewing here if you don't see. So, um, I will see what the engine says. That is the very useful thing about Chess Tempo. There is a built-in engine. Best move is to castle, and we have queen to h3, and he has to break everything open. And now we can choose to either push a pawn or develop a knight. After we push a pawn, he has to find counterplay, and after takes and takes, push this, go here, free pawn. And this position is plus 1, around plus 1. If black finds g6, it is o6. Other than that, it's basically plus 2. So I just added that little sequence to the course. You're welcome. And let's turn the engine off. Yes, okay. So that's apparently what I should have found. Let's say he puts his knight here instantly. We still can go for this queen g4 ID, just pressuring the pawn. And developing is very difficult here. And after f4, just supporting everything, we get into a structure that looks like something that we got in a game. Except my queen was here and I played d4. Other than that, it looks very similar. And I played a3, or I will play a3. Maybe I'm spoiling, to prevent knight to b4. Apparently, I just have to stop everything like this. He has to castle, and we get this disgusting attack going. Maybe leave the king in the center, maybe queenside castle. But I mean, that would be a very beautiful game. And let me show you a quick sample line of why you should play this. Let's say we have a passive approach, we have queenside castles. What we see is that our king is perfectly safe here. We have a disgusting bishop, pressure on our pawn, which we sacrificed. And after castles, we don't even take the pawn. We will bully the knight. After something like h6, we can go for h4, still preparing this. Let's say he develops the knight. We have g5. Okay, here there is a weird line with the knights. But we win back the pawn. He has to try and make this barricade. It doesn't work out. We just kick the knight, push the pawn, it goes back. We can trade this off. And there is a long sample line here, just so you understand the plans. So in this situation, he has 6 pawns. We have 6 pawns. So material is equal, but if anyone is getting attacked at this black, this pawn is quite weak. Defending it should be suicide, to be honest. I don't think you can get away with defending the pawn. Maybe you can try this, but if you really want to win the pawn, you could put more pressure on it. If you don't want to win the pawn, you can also just like take, get the queen active, attack the pawn, attack the king, maybe even take and queen to e5 because bishop f6 can't be played, and I mean, we're threatening this, we're threatening that. Oh, by the way, this is also a threat. This is disgusting. So, if you know the lines, know the plans, you will be fine. Let's say he puts his knight to d5, which happens a lot. Still g5, h5 to stop our attack. We can take the free pawn. This bishop is disgusting, by the way. And yeah, here you just have to defend this pawn, otherwise our queen will get in. We will maybe even sack a pawn just to open up a file or something. And we will have a disgusting attack, so you have to defend this pawn, which weakens the dark squares severely. And we can even try to sacrifice in some lines, and that's exactly what is happening here. So we sack the knight, get the queen in. You have to blockade this diagonal, otherwise you are dead. But we still have another diagonal. So f5 has to be played, blocking both of our bishops. But this king is so weak now, and we have check, king moves, check, king moves, push the pawn. And I think that this will lead to a checkmate already. If knight goes here, stopping this, we can just give a check, and I believe that's mate. The only thing you can do is block with the knight, but then this is checkmate, block with the queen, but we will take, you will have to take with the knight, and this is checkmate, or block with the bishop, but we will take, and you will have to move your rook up. If you move the rook up already, I think even pawn takes is checkmate, which is disgusting. So that leads to mate. If you sack the rook to try and survive, we will just take it, get our knight in the game, and we're threatening to take, check, check, bin, take, get the rooks on the open files, infiltrate. I have a sample line which we get forked, but we don't care. Just develop the rook. If you take one of these, it's just check, and yeah, there's a mate here, but I will have to look for it. Engine says that after, let's say, bishop takes, we have check here and mate. GG. Same thing if you take the knight, obviously. So that's why I do it in chess tempo. It's very easy, and there's an engine if you don't see a line. So the best move is to move the bishop. We can get knight check, and that is also just it's over. It's over. If you go here, this is mate. If you run over here, um, engine says that I have to get a subscription. Okay, let me add it. So apparently the line after knight check and you just run is queen check. And this is met with mate. And this is met with, I think, check. Oh no, you cannot go there, our bishop. So the only other legal move is to get your queen, king to d6 and get forked. So will you get this ever? Maybe not, but it's very helpful to know the IDs, know the middle game plans. I always think that it's disgusting that people can just sell an opening course, say, "Yeah, here you go, here is like 8 moves, good luck with it." And they don't teach you anything about the middle game and the plans of it and the structures you're trying to get, and then they will just sell you another middle game course because you don't know what to do in the middle game. But it's because you don't know the middle games of your opening. So here you go. Now you know what to do in this opening, and let's go back. Yeah, that's a logical move. So let's just castle. This should not make any sense. I could just take, lift my rook. You should castle, but really my attack will probably land there. So I don't know if you really want to castle over there, but maybe. I don't know. Mm, I can always take, and push the pawn and open up this bishop very aggressively. Yeah, so I should maybe play for this so that I can take, and do that with an attack on the knight and an attack here, which will force you to play your knight in, which is absolutely clutch, disgustingly enough. So maybe just this to break open everything, but after this, takes. I'm not convinced. So, hmm. I think I want to move my knight. Am I scared of this hitting the pawn? Actually, yes. Yes. That is a very annoying move. So this might look weird, but I really feel like I should stop this because I can defend the pawn. Wow. I did not expect that move. Um, what if I blow open up everything? Take. This pawn would actually not be defended. So I push, you take, I take. I don't know. I don't know why, but that felt wrong. Can I do this? Take. Take. This is just takes. Oh, my queen defends that as well. Oh, I didn't see that. So here, take, knight takes. I'm threatening this with a fork. Oh yeah, that's disgusting. So knight take, pawn take. I'm threatening this, so you have to trade. And now it feels like I'm getting a disgusting attack. Oh, maybe not yet. What? Hello? Oh, here you have check. Oh, you lucky bastard. Oh, that's disgusting. Check, move. Move the wreck. I still want to make that work, to be fair. How do I make that work? I don't really know. So do I have to take this? Take, check, move. And I'm not really scared of takes, I believe. Because I can just take, open this up at any given time. I have to be careful of some takes, check, move, and then you can move this with an attack. So here, check, and I cannot block. It would be nice if this knight was not here, so that I could like, what if I take? You take, I take with a check, that looks dumb. So I take a pawn, you give a check, I move. You take a pawn, I can take a pawn, and you have an isolated pawn. So let's go. Check. It's probably mandatory. I could develop a rook, but probably moving my king is a bit better. Um, yeah, probably this is better. So let's now see what he was thinking about. He can move either knight with an attack on my knight, which is absolutely disgusting, but I always have this to defend it. At least. And I will have targets, like this is hanging with a attack on that, which is quite pinned to that. So I really think that my attack will be disgusting, to be fair, even though I sack the pawn, probably. If you do this, I just take the rook, and I don't believe that you have a attack anywhere. That makes sense. You could take the bishop, but it's well defended. I don't care. Um, yeah, I really think that this position is still cooking. You probably have to move. I can take this with a fork. Damn. So you will have to move the queen. Let's say you move the rook here so that I cannot fork you. I do this, attacking the queen. The queen has to move. It can attack my knight, but I can move in here. They defend each other and I sack. Wow. Did you just sack your rook? By the way, I can take, but then you take with a check. I don't think that's so strong. So I can take, then take. I could even queen takes, which is also disgusting. What? I am very confused. What am I missing? Take, and if you take, I can take with the knight. Opening up this. That's a free pawn. I could take with the queen with a check, by the way. I have huh? I don't know. I genuinely have no idea. Maybe this is the ID. That might not be. But I can do this, attacking the queen. You have to move the queen. I can take with a check and save my knight. Yeah, so I can take this with a check. You are quite lucky that nothing is hanging. By the way, bishop here, how do you cover checkmate? Knight here, probably. So do I take this with an attack on the queen? Or do I take it with the queen, right? I take with the queen, I can take this. That is basically a checkmating threat. Then I can just do this with a checkmating threat. I can do this with some checkmating pressure. I mean, this is just disgusting. I don't care. Um, really wish to have a very fast move. So I can go here. You could ask a queen trade, which is boring. I can get in here with a checkmating threat, which you will have to cover. I can take knight take. And who's just covering checkmate? By the way, this is also a checkmating threat. So I can threaten checkmate. You have to move to defend it. I can attack the queen after. You will probably have to move to defend it because you cannot take. And then I could take the pawn. Also, this is a checkmating threat. And this is a free pawn. I am overloaded by. Wow. Um, how do I have to decide which is the best one? I mean, that's why you're here to see how I do it, but I have no clue either. So, I mean, here you have to cover. I can attack everything. You cannot take the knight because I'll checkmate. So you have to move the queen. I could just take this. I mean, let's just take the pawn, and I'm up 3 pawns. That cannot be a bad sign. And I still have some checkmating IDs. Do you have threats? I don't think so. So let's go here with some checkmating threats, enabling my movement. Um, yes, so I can do this. Threatening to take and checkmate. That was a move I wanted to play anyways. So let's do that. Now I will enable my movement. You will not be able to take because I'll take. So this will probably be a disgusting move in the future. The future is probably next move. So you cannot move this knight because this is mate. I really think you have to play this. Um, but then I can. Oh, are you trying to trap my queen? Is that the plan? Huh. Can I not stop that? So I go here. This is, I think, the plan. And if I take, you take a queen, I can check. You're forced to take, so I can check. You go here, and there's no checkmate there somehow. I could, by the way, take. So that bishop take, I can take this. So take, pawn take, I can just do this because after that, I now can go here. But I shouldn't have to sack everything. I mean, I do have this move still. But not if I do this. So what if I attack your queen? What if I do this? So I don't block myself. Then after your rook slides in, I have to go back. That's a bit complicated, and there's no need for complications. So I think I'll just go back maybe. Which is quite boring, but I don't see what to do after this and your rook goes over there. Oh wait, that attacks the queen. So after this, you move the queen. I can just take. Oh yeah, I forgot that. And after it takes, I just have to. I didn't calculate that long enough. But I mean, your queen is attacked. So after this, I have takes. I can take. One beautiful line is rook here, take this, you take my queen, and I can take the rook, the bishop for free, because you cannot take because now the rook is pinned, which is quite funny. So this, by the way, just blunders made in one, which is also very nice. And now I might be threatening to take in some lines. Um, yeah, looks like an awesome position, I think. So you have to move the queen, indeed. So how is there not a knockout? So take, 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 pawn take. Oh, maybe it's something with sacking the rook. If I take, Bishop takes, take with the rook. You're quite forced to take. Then I can take with the bishop, and you're forced to take with the queen. There's no, but yeah, this has to be winning. Probably should have calculated that a bit longer as well, but that happened. So I'm trying to take with a checkmating threat, by the way. So you really should take back. Yeah, and now can I just sag the rook? Yes. I'm threatening to take with a checkmating threat. And if you take, I can just take and you have to sag the queen. Um, that blunders made in one. Yes, okay. So that was a beautiful game. If you liked and learned anything, subscribe and like and share to other people. Let's do an analysis. So that was not the greatest game, but that's quite a good game. We just played our opening. This is a mistake. I should push it instantly. Okay, I don't know my course well enough, apparently. Now I push it. That's the best move. So I'll probably have done an opening analysis, but oh, so actually putting it here, I don't understand. Just to develop normally after. And why is this worse? Because this still serves a purpose. I have no clue. Engine is doing engine things. So I develop, you develop, I develop, you develop, I castle, you castle. So now it's equal. What I was planning was just to attack. Oh, just queen here is good, and the engine is not concerned with this because he wants to move the rook defending. Then you can just develop, and I just kick your knight, and you have to go back as well. So I wasted the move, but you waste the move as well. So I don't know. I think that's a bit engine-like, but I mean, sure. So this is a blunder, and I'm actually losing now. Takes, and he could have taken, and if I take, what now? I lost my queen. Oh my days. If someone of you saw that, yeah, shout out. Wow, I just plundered my queen. Yeah, shout out to you. I cannot lie, didn't see that at all. So I take, which is a great move because I'm not scared of this. I move my queen and you sack the rook, which I thought was quite unnecessary. What I calculated was this, but then I take with a fork. Engine just wants to sack the queen, not really human. So I was trying to figure this out, and I still think I take. You have to move the queen somewhere, probably here, I thought. Um, and then I could, for example, do this and just attack the rook, and now the knights are defending each other, which is nice. The engine wants to do this first because if you move this, that's a fork. All other moves lose the queen. So this is probably the most natural way, but then your queen gets trapped like this. So the queen is just trapped here, which is absolutely disgusting. I didn't calculate this for maybe my opponent did, and he just saw the fork and the queen trap and was like, sure, let's sack the rook. So I took, you took back, and here I should have taken with the knight, fair enough, but I mean, he just moves his king. This is the best move. So I was calculating a lot of variations, like putting my queen here to enable the movement of my knight, but I was quite annoyed with queen to d8, cutting everything off. Now this is still the best move, but maybe you can defend, and I didn't really want to risk that. So taking a free pawn, activating a rook like that cannot be bad. That is the best move, and this is the best move. Again, I want to move this, opening up this checkmating attack. Maybe I'm threatening to sacrifice my rook. He developed the bishop. This has the idea of trapping my queen, and I really thought long about if I put my knight here, you trap my queen, but I'm attacking your queen as well. So I did miscalculate a bit, but it was in my favor. So that is my best move. And he should go for this, which is disgusting because I can just take. You have to take my queen, and now I can take the bishop, and this is a pin. Um. Oh, that works. You can just take, opening up this. Yeah, I didn't see that. Okay, that's very smart. I take this, but now that's a discovery. Disgusting. Okay, so I did miscalculate a bit as well, but it's still fine. My opponent went for this a bit too late, in my opinion, and I take, which is the best move. You take back, and this is not a brilliant move, which is very annoying. I really was expecting you to take, then I can take. This is just GG. Take, take, run, check, I would imagine. And now you just have to intervene and die. Disgusting. So, yeah, I really don't know what you should do. This just leads to a even faster mate. Maybe not. No, it's not a faster mate, but you get the point. So when we got here, it was really over. Here he should have calculated the sequence with both captures and also sacking the rook. He probably just didn't even bother because it's lost. Sack the rook, this just blocks. His best move was to ask for a queen trade. Um, yeah, this is actually quite annoying. I was thinking about just taking this with a checkmate thread, but now my queen is hanging. So probably I would have taken, you have to take, and I just do this, and now I have this fork. So, oh, and you cannot defend like this, so you have to just sag this. What? Knight intervention, which just completely blunders a knight. Yeah, awesome sauce. So, um, by the way, if he doesn't find that, this is just mate, which is also just disgusting. So a lot of great moves and great tactics here, and yeah, what there is to learn here is really, first of all, don't blunder. If your king is on a weak diagonal, I really should have looked out for that. And yeah, blundering my queen is not nice. Second of all, my opponent just blunders pawns, blunders tactics all over the place. And I really think I found basically every tactic very well. Like, just this is insane. Attacking everything, everything is hanging, back rank is covered, there's no attacks, my king is safe. Probably should have played my king here in the first place to not blunder my queen, but it is what it is. And yeah, do your puzzles, know your openings. Shout out to me. See you in the next one.